Hey JP, what's up, dude? It's not bad. Not bad. Hey, Abnormality, what's up, dude? It's been a second. Actually, I just ordered a Lumitone. It has been charged to my account. Yeah, I'm super stoked. But now I'm like super broke. So I still gotta keep grinding uh a few more days, but I also kind of want to get piano tech and kind of start getting used to it before the Lumitone gets here. So I might try to buy that too. But I don't think it's gonna be here for a while, for a few weeks. Yeah, it's been a crazy long journey, it feels like, especially the last few weeks. Cause just been working nonstop. And I had to pay taxes and all that too, but I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just thinking about the Lumitone. Yeah. Super stoked. Thank you guys. But yeah, I've been thinking about that stupid thing for like, I don't know. Also, it's almost been a year of streams. It's almost been 1 year. You're working 9 to 5. Yeah, I've been doing like Uber Eats on top of my regular teaching job. So I've been working like 60-hour weeks, 60 plus hours. Haven't had a day off in over 3 weeks. But I'm just obsessed. Like I can't rest. Well, I ordered it, but now I'm like so broke that I have to I have to make a little money so I can pay my bills and like buy groceries. I'm like dead broke now. So I'm gonna keep grinding a few more days, but the hard part is over. And I've been listening to so much Now and Zen. I'm like almost I think I'm on episode like 60 something. This is my second listen. You're more happy about me getting a Lumitone than you getting a piano? I mean, there's something about when you like just grind. I don't know. When you suffer for something and then you get it, it's a little gives it a different, it gives it a whole story. It gives it this emotional arc. I wanted a piano for a long time, and my parents just ended up buying me one for my birthday 1 year, and it was super nice. And I've played it like to death, like, and I've had it a long time. It's a great piano, but it wasn't an accomplishment getting that piano. Like I had nothing to do with it. They just gave it to me, which was nice, but I wasn't like working constantly. What do I think of the tuning of the month? Um, what is it? I haven't been paying attention to that. I've been watching the Discord, but I mostly just check out tuning of the year, but it's been pretty quiet lately. I'll like browse the main channels, but what won? Did Chair win? Chair finally won? I like Chair when I messed with it. Dodozil came to my stream one time and was asking me to mod her, and I was like, no, I don't think so. And I think she said something about how you were a mod, and I was like, well, yeah, abnormality comes in all the time and like sends me scales and stuff. And so she sent me Chair. But that wasn't enough to get mod, sadly. But I did enjoy it, the Chair tuning. But yeah, I guess I'll mess with it for tuning of the month. I'll go back to it. It's been a while. So is it it's not just Chair, it's Chair lattices in general. So do you have a good like so it's any lattice that looks like a chair, is that what that means? Do you have like a good do you have a scale you want to you want me to try, or people been finding some in the thread? I see. The bench, that looks interesting. Okay. Oh, here's a fold-out chair. That's so funny. Oh, that's sick. It's an upside down chair. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Sick. I see Doman posted one too. I already posted a couple, I think. You have a more recent version? That's cool. It already sounded good. I don't know, I think I like abnormalities more, or at least the demo more.
עייף אותי הרגש, צער עמוק, אני כבר כמעט נורמלי. השיר הזה הוא מים, השיר הזה הוא צחוק, השיר הזה די בנאלי. יש בך משהו שונה, משהו לא דומה.
The vocals fit really well over this.
נזהרתי מלגעת, פחדתי לראות, חששתי מחום שפתיה. עכשיו אני אפאתי, עכשיו אני תינוק, עכשיו אני כבר יודע.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll mess with this. 11 sharp extra cheese. Yeah, man. Sure. Why not? I think so. It's whatever you posted with that demo that I played. Love ya. Oh, thanks, I guess. You think FL24 beta is free? It's whatever you... Yes, this one you posted with this thing. Alright, so let's export this. Wait, what is this called? Does it have a name? Sideways chair? Or abnormal chair? Something like that. Newer version. Yeah, I think since I'm almost done grinding. I'll keep doing the late streams for the rest of the week, but the 20th is the 1-year streaming anniversary. I guess that's like Saturday night or Sunday or whatever. So probably just on the 20th, which I guess would be Saturday night. I don't know, actually. You want to explain the skit? Yeah, you can do that. It's fine. Yeah. Anyway, either maybe not either Saturday or Sunday. I haven't decided which yet. I'll probably do like a longer stream. And then but after that, I think I'm gonna go hard into recording my album. So I'm probably gonna keep streaming a little later. Maybe not quite as late as I have been, but I don't think I'm gonna go quite back to how I was. And probably no piano streams for a while. Um, but yeah, you can call in if you like. Um, let's see. Let me get this loaded up. So how many notes is this thing? If we look at the table, it's 10 notes, I guess. So I'll do a 10 note layout. And then I don't know how to do my colors. So it's probably streaming more like, I mean, I was doing longer streams. I was streaming a little earlier. I was doing like 3 or 4, anywhere between 2 and 4, getting online and then going to like 7. Is it a video call? Yo.
Yo, hello.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Wait. Hang on, I have the stream muted. Can you say something just so I know I can
Yeah.
hear you?
Can you hear me?
I'm not hearing you through Discord.
Oh, really? Okay, let me see. It says
This might
my
be an issue. Hang on.
it says it's hooked up.
Yeah, your thing isn't turning
Is
green,
this working?
so I don't think it's
Oh,
getting
you're
any.
right.
Maybe check like how it's connected.
Is it working now? No. It's not working. How do I get this to work? It says it's connected, but maybe it's because I'm on OBS. It won't do both. It says voice connected.
Maybe check that it's going through the right microphone.
Well, it does say it's in the right microphone. And there's another one I can try.
Is like your input volume turned down or something?
Oh, I know what's wrong. That didn't fix it, did it?
Oh, there we go. Okay, I can hear you now.
It worked?
Yeah, you're a little quiet, but it's fine. So yeah,
That's weird.
I should just like give you the scale with no instructions, so I'll do a little explanation of how it works. Obviously it has the limitation of having to be chair-shaped, so it isn't like the most ideal scale, but I feel like it's cool enough to where I wanted to pick it as one I use for the tuning of the month. And then I'll also show like another good chair scale,
Okay.
which I guess might be a little like better as a scale, but it didn't feel like it fit the spirit of the thing just because it was, I don't know, it wasn't cursed enough.
Oh, okay. What makes this one cursed? Looks pretty.
I mean, it's not super cursed. It just doesn't have.
There's no 7/8.
It has like there are a
74
few things that aren't connected like perfect to perfect this at all. Like the two bottom things here. I'll share my screen
Okay.
and do a little explanation.
Sure.
So I guess the main thing with this scale is, I think I've talked about my favorite chord a lot,
Okay.
which is like a major 7th chord with an 11/8 in the middle. So it is 8 to 10 to 11 to 12 to 15.
Oh,
And
nice.
you kind of get, you can kind of have the same chord but without the perfect fifth in there, and it keeps its same quality. So actually you get 2 of those chords down here. You can build this off of your 8/5 that you don't have a perfect fifth there. So you get 2 of those, and then when it comes to like other stuff, you get like a major 7th chord that you can like build off of that 11/8, or you could just like have that be a major triad, and you get like a minor triad over here. You'll kind of hear, if you're playing around with it, you'll hear kind of what buzzes and what doesn't. But yeah, here I think I'm using a lot. I'm starting kind of on this 11/8 mode, starting there in the song with this chord, and I think I'm building like a very spaced out major 7th chord, or it might just be like a major triad. Let me see. 11/8, 3/2, 3/2, or sorry, 33/32, just like a perfect fifth above. Oh yeah, this is like a major 7th chord.
Okay.
And then
Oh, neat.
this is, and then here's like
That's cool.
this is an interesting chord. What exactly is this? Oh, it's like kind of like some power chord at its base level, and then you also have like an 11th harmonic thrown in there.
Interesting.
And then yeah, this is just the same chord, but we're moving stuff a bit around a bit.
Yeah.
And then this is kind of like
That's a crazy one.
buzzy harmonic series-ish thing. It's like a major chord, but you also have that 11th harmonic in there.
Interesting.
I tried to make the chords as buzzy as possible, meaning like the root was the lowest. Oh, also, I should check to see if chat has any. What's my favorite tuning? My favorite tuning. This is a tricky question. I guess in terms of like EDOs, I think 22 is like always a very safe classic that I keep coming back to because it's just very easy to make stuff in. But I also like the elegance and simplicity of 9 EDO. It's just a very small but elegant system.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to just tuning systems in general, there are a few like JI scales that I really like. But the thing that what's almost a little counterintuitive is that like it feels kind of harder to compose in like a very good scale because
Right.
I think
Yeah.
it's a combination of things. There's less like limitations or restrictions if you have a lot of options. Like with a scale like this, you're kind of still limited. You only have kind of basic triads, major chord here, minor chord here, like 4 of those. But then you have to get a little creative, like here you can build like a major 7th chord, but without the 5th, and you can do the same thing there. So there is like some inherent restrictions in the scale, but like something like, oh wait, actually this might be dangerous. No, I don't think it is. I think we're fine. I just wanted to make sure it didn't like show my name in there. Okay. Let me find the scale. Something like this. This is a very nice 13-note scale that I found.
Cool.
So this has a lot of options.
Okay.
This is the one with the negative step that I went over a while ago. I've like noodled around with this a lot.
Yeah.
But every time I try to start something with it, it's like I don't know what to do because there are so many options because it's a very flexible scale. Like you get a lot of nice like 5-limit chords in many places, but then you kind of get 11s that extend naturally into some stuff. You get some cool stuff with like a cool thing you can do is taking a sus4 chord and then adding like an 11/6 on top, and it kind of almost doesn't change the quality, but it does make it a lot more tense and a lot more fuzzy and big sounding. So like sus4, and then you add like this neutral 7th on top, and then you can like resolve it either to like a 7th chord or just a chord with an octave on top.
There you go. Nice.
I really like how this sounds with. So I'm kind of getting sidetracked, but.
No, this is good. Oh, that's
how this sounds going from this kind of like sus chord with that neutral 7th on top. This also, the reason why this is so buzzy is because this is a 6 to 8 to 9 chord, and a neutral 7th is an 11/6, so it kind of just fits nicely into the chord. Because whenever you have a low denominator, that chord is going to be a bit buzzier because it like all repeats within a shorter period of just that small denominator.
What do you mean by low?
Resolving this to a minor 7th chord.
Do you mean low like compared to the other numbers, or just low? Absolute?
So the entire chord can fit under some low denominator. So like, let's say what's an example? We have a major chord is like you have 5/4 major 3rd, 3/2 perfect 5th, and that fits nicely with a shared kind of denominator of 4, because you have 4 to 5 to 6, because this can be written as like 6/4. So kind of, I think I was talking about this in the Just Intonation stream from forever ago, where the reason why like a sub-minor chord sounds a little more
just because the numbers are it's just a simpler ratio
than a super major chord is because this one has a like total denominator of like 6, the sub-minor one, because 7/6. I could like draw this out in like paint and stuff. Like imagine. Yeah, this is going to be very not good. Just pretend like I can draw well.
That's good. That's a sine wave. Yeah.
We'll just.
That's great.
6, and then so 7/6, and then let's say for every 2 repetitions here, you're going to get. Oh wait, every 2 repetitions we get 3. That's so horrible and uneven. Just pretend like I'm an artist.
This. Yeah.
So yeah, this sub-minor chord can be written as like 6 to 7 to 9.
Okay.
It all fits on the same like denominator. So we could see if we just take a little snapshot here. If we look at the top and the bottom, that's our perfect 5th, because every 2 times this repeats, this one goes 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
and whatever. Yeah. So that's essentially what that 11/6 is doing there. I've messed around with this a lot. I really like the 2-3-5-11 subgroup because 2-3-5 stuff is just very kind of restful sounding, and then the 11 kind of brings this like kind of almost ominous, sometimes bitter, sometimes like a little melancholic sound, depending on the context.
Interesting. Yeah. It's kind of.
I mean, it doesn't have like a specific emotion tied to it.
Sure.
It like changes.
It's almost like J.I. Lydian.
Huh?
It's almost like J.I. Lydian.
Yeah. You get a Lydian in here.
Hey, Geology, what's up, dude? Welcome back.
Wait. What? Okay, I can't figure out how to play this on here because.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
yeah. Sorry, I'm getting so sidetracked. This is the scale. This is the more normal one. If I was going to like recommend this to like I guess someone, it's like a chair that fell over. Whoopsie doodle.
Oh no.
But the structure of this one is basically bipentatonic. So you start with this nice J pentatonic scale.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I like that.
Lots of nice sounds in here.
Did you post that one too? On Discord?
I think someone else had posted this, or I posted it a while back. This, but you're essentially offsetting this by a 5 or a 4.
Yeah.
So if you play every other note of this, you get one of those like pentatonic scales, and if you move up and then play like every other note, but starting on like a different degree, then you get this. Yeah, everything is very nice. It's all constant structure,
Can you send that one to me?
of course. But yeah, I'll send this one to you as well.
Thank you.
This, I think, has been known for a while, so I'm no genius for finding this because this has been previously found. Oh yeah, you can see my big Google Doc with all of the skill workshop links.
Oh, cool. Wow, you're really organized.
These are just like the good JI skills that I found.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Well, some of these I've like. It's called I will conquer every number of notes because I wanted to find a good thing for every number of notes up until like 41. But some of the ones just some of the numbers just don't want to cooperate.
I see.
I feel like it usually, what works better is not trying to start with the number of notes in mind and then trying to build a scale around it. It's like having an idea like of what you want in a scale. Like, for example, I think let's say this scale, which is pretty great. I was like, hey, I want like a lot of like harmonic 11th chords, which will be very big and buzzy. And then I started by having 4 of those, offsetting them by perfect fifths. And then I filled in the rest with stuff that connected. So I added some 77s that connected to both the 7s and 11s, and then some 35s which connected to both the 5s and 7s. And those just were to fill in the rest of the constant structure.
That one looks cool. How many notes is that?
But yeah, this is bus.
Bus.
I've talked about this before. But,
yeah.
But it was ages ago, I feel like.
That one's 29 notes, is that right? Or it's more?
Yeah, 29 notes.
Okay.
Like, fun fact. Do you know how, like, vowels and warts work? Like, what the 13B vowel would mean?
I do know what that means, yeah. So it's like the second best.
So
pitch.
I unintentionally detempered the 25 Edo BEEF vowel, which means so it's the beef vowel, and I didn't even do that on purpose. I just kind of detempered. I went where I felt like stuff should be placed most naturally in the scale, and then I was like, okay, hang on, what word is this? Oh, it makes a word.
How do you know that though? That's
it's kind of hilarious.
How do you know it makes a wart?
So, because I knew that some of the placements for stuff, like, definitely weren't patent val. Like, when I looked, I noticed, 11 over 8 is, like, placed, is mapped to 10 notes, where 4 over 3 is mapped to 11.
Oh, I
That's
see.
definitely not,
So
like,
you can
where
tell
it's done by default.
the
So then I just
structure is
figured
all-
out, like,
Okay.
how much changed it is from, like, where it's mapped by default in 25. Because I knew that it had to
I
be
see.
changed.
So you saw the scale was strange, and then you compared it to 25. And then,
Yeah, a lot of the nice scales have arisen from a very specific thing. Oh, I don't know if I've talked about this scale. This is, I guess, a more recent thing
Okay.
that this 15-note scale that I found that I've... Sorry, I don't mean to be, like, taking up the time just randomly rambling about scales.
No, you're good.
So feel free to stop me if I'm, like, taking up time.
No, I'm into it. Keep going.
All right, so this is a 15-note scale that I found. It's one of the, like, several times where I, like, find a tuning. I think this one started as I wanted to find some primordially simple scale, meaning it all had a low denominator, like if you wrote the scale kind of as a chord. So if we do enumerate over tonal, it's all over 48.
I see. Okay.
Which is tricky to do. But anyways, that's, in my opinion, not a hugely important property. So I found it by looking for this property that I didn't care about much, just kind of as a fun little exercise. And then, so you could see here, I don't know how familiar you are with reading lattices, but this is like a 2-3-5-7 17 lattice, so it's like 7 limit, and then we have some 17s in there. And before I was like, okay, the 17s, I have no clue what they're doing in the scale, but they fit constant structure. Little did I know that I would actually come to appreciate prime 17. That's some foreshadowing for you.
Okay.
So you kind of have so, and then after a while I had been like I think for some reason I went on a journey where I like looked for alternate versions of like simple chords. So like a dominant chord in JI has a very simple interpretation, which is just your harmonic 7th chord.
Right.
The 4, 5, 6, 7 that everyone knows and loves.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, there have to be others. Like this
Sure.
can't be the only one. This one is the GOAT, and it's like crazy simple, which is why the others kind of get buried. But I was looking for others. I found one with a like ultra major third, so like a 13 over 10,
Oh wow.
3 over 2, and then
9 over 5. Oh wow. Interesting.
but it like kind of it definitely sounds very different from a dominant chord,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think so
It's
too.
like very different. But what I actually love with this chord is extending this to like a sharp 9 chord. So like having like a 12 over 5, which is just kind of like a minor third, but up an octave. It like it
sounds
sounds
cool,
surprisingly
yeah.
restful for a sharp 9 chord.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. That's a cool
I
chord.
think I've thought about why.
Yeah, that was
And
really neat.
one of my theories is that this is like now a neutral, kind of a neutral 7th instead of a... Oh, wait. Yeah, this is a neutral 7th instead of a major 7th, so there's a bit less rub there. So basically, yeah, the distance between these two is a bit further off. And I think this kind of that 13 over 10 adds a lot of brightness to the chord. And that kind of fits with the whole sharp 9 thing, which can sound very bright and hazy.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah. But the other chord which I found, which I was like, oh, this one sounds a bit more like a dominant chord, is with a super major third. So, and I was wanting these chords to be like, have some simple-ish denominator. So this one is all over 10.
Okay.
And then if we take a super major chord, this is all over 14. And then we can add a 25 over 14. Oh, now that sounds a little more like a dominant chord. And it's still simple enough to where you can hear some of that JI buzz. Especially if I like put this up an octave.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have the same super intense lock as a like a whatchamacallit, a harmonic 7th chord.
Right.
So yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice one.
So this was one thing that I had found. Now, next thing that I had found, these were, so basically, I kind of went on this journey where I found a bunch of different random chords, and then I realized that they all like kind of appear in the scale. Another one of them was like looking for good kind of minor 6 chords, or like a minor chord with a major 6 on top. So like
interesting. Yeah.
There's like a very simple. Okay, there's the simplest version for this is like a sub minor chord with a power of 3 on top. Great sound.
Interesting.
But again, I was trying to just like expand how many options I had, because the thing with JI is that there are like infinite interpretations for any like standard chord.
Yeah.
It just depends how complex you want to go. So here we have a 17 over 10. Also great sound.
Yeah. It's like that sounds more like a classic, like minor.
Yeah, because it's closer to that classic one. And then if we wanted, we could throw in the. Wait, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do 9 over 4. I love minor 6/9 chords. They are such great chords. Wait, what happens if I do like an 11 over 5? That would be like darker. Whoa, that's a creepy
sound. It's cool. It's got that dark jazz sound, like the jazz minor thing.
Okay, another thing. I was like, I discovered like these super minor chords, which sound very dark, kind of bordering between neutral and minor.
Oh, okay.
Very interesting sound.
Yeah.
Hey, would you look at that? It's another 17. So basically, the more of these chords I found, the more I was like understanding how 17s fit into JI.
Okay.
And then I was kind of also looking for super minor chords are all over 14, so that's not a huge denominator. Because it's 17 over 14, 3 over 2 just slots nicely into that. But then I was looking for like sub-major stuff, and I'm like, realizing, oh, there isn't a lot of like simple interpretations for this. Like, I think you could call like 16 over 13 that, but this is like still leaning more neutral. I think if you want one more, you would get like 21 over 17. But the thing is, this over 17. To get this all over the same denominator, you just have to find like the least common multiple, and that would be like 34. You don't hear a lot of JI buzz there.
Right.
If we didn't have a perfect fifth and say had something like 25 over 17.
Interesting.
Now we have a chord that's slightly buzzier, and this is also isodifferential, meaning the difference between all of these is the same. So the difference between this and this is 4, and then this and this is 4, meaning it's kind of like a compressed major chord in a way, because it has the same kind of delta signature. I still am not exactly sure how that works, but I know it does work to kind of make the chord sound a little bit better, especially like if it's a bit more complex. And
I didn't realize that that's how it's. So you actually look at that difference between them, and you can compare
the
that
difference
to a simpler
is like
chord.
something you can look at.
Interesting.
It's not everything. In fact, it's like just a very small thing. What matters most for like a chord, it just kind of shows that this is a compressed major chord. Just
okay. Yeah, I think I get
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And it kind of has the same spacing as one. So
I see. Yeah.
Sorry, I was getting super sidetracked, but you could see. Oh, would you look at that? It's a 25. Oh, would you look at that as a 17? So we have basically 25s in the scale, 17s in the scale. So we can make those. Oh wait, I need to get some layout that works well. I think this should be fine.
So this is pretty low limit for like a primodal type of scale.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah.
That was what I was wanting to find, just a scale that kind of has a lot of like simple chords, so like major chords and like subminor chords, super major chords, all of that jazz.
Yeah.
And then the 17s, like I said at first, were just to fill constant structure and make sure that I could have stuff connected to each other. But now I'm realizing, oh, they actually fit into a lot of nice chords. So here we have that like super minor chord,
Yeah.
which has like a very bitter sound, like kind of like but it's not exactly fully in neutral territory.
Yeah. Sounds minor. Interesting. So there's
I'm just trying to figure out. Okay. Also, we get that thing here. I was studying how each of the placements of certain chords could like resolve. Where is it? I think here. Oh, also something very interesting to note is just if we only focus on like the 5s, and the 7s, so like not even focusing on these like 25s and 17s. The placement of stuff is very nice. Also, if at any point if I'm rambling too much, just tell me. It's like very late for me, so I should probably be getting to bed anyways. But
You're good. I've actually been thinking about JI a little bit lately, so it's cool to kind of just see what you've been thinking about.
Yeah, I think about this like JI a lot, and I've been trying to actually finish some pieces because it's weird. I only technically have like one finished, or I guess two technically, because of the black eye thing was in JI. Two finished things, but there are a ton of works in progress in like JI scales that I just need to like finish. Because right now it does not look like I'm practicing what I preach, but I swear I am.
I think you're just still figuring out like how to use that language in the way you want to use it. It's just gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was doing. Oh right, I was just gonna look at if we just look at the kind of 5s and 7s, and then I guess the like 1s or whatever. when I say fives, I'm kind of referring to this whole pi chain. I I don't know if that's something that's like done often, but I kind of like think in terms of stuff on the same pi chain as being very connected.
Hey, that's true. What's up?
And such, because a lot of stuff is fifth based, and what was I saying? Oh yeah. If we look at the just a standard major scale, I think this is called like nice tone in JI or something like that, or hardly, I don't know. Names, too many things have too many names, and it's hard to remember them all. It's like kind of funny because I feel like, especially with like some of the more like obscure temperaments, it feels like they almost don't need to have their own special names if nobody's gonna talk about them.
Right. People use nice tone,
Like,
though.
I feel like we should have systematic names, and then if people are using the scale enough to where they start calling it something else, then just let that name arise naturally.
Right.
Like, mean tone has a name because people
Yeah.
were using it and talking about it and like writing about it, so it needed a name. But like stuff like, I don't know, any animal or insert some random temperament here. It's not like people are like
Right. I
using
didn't,
those a
I
ton.
didn't even know how to pronounce that. I thought it was any liminal or limal or something.
Oh, I think it is. Tristan Bay has pronounced it any animal, and it's like I pronounce it because he was just constantly pronouncing it that way.
Any limal. Right.
Yeah,
I've
I think
only
it's
read it.
any limal. Any limal, I think, is correct, but Tristan Bay completely ruined the way I say
okay.
it.
I don't even know what that is. I
So
don't
we
even know
take
what it
this
is.
like major scale. That's our basic stuff there. And then we could have like a sub minor scale. What I'm trying to illustrate here is how the 5 and 7 lemma are kind of like connected in a way. And I'll get to what is the interesting part about that.
Yeah.
So this is our sub minor scale. It's going to be built with like
Yeah.
taking like 3 sub minor chords and then offsetting them by fifths. And then our major scale can be made by doing the same sort of thing, I guess.
I see. Yeah.
But anyways, if you were going to connect this into a tuning, how would you do it? Now, the obvious way would be to look here. Like if we were going to connect these into a single scale, and not even like worrying about like constant structure or whatever, or like they fit into the broader scale. Just if we were going to take them as a set of notes, not even worrying about any other attributes. The most obvious way is to notice, we have this like
The
chain
chain.
of
Yeah.
4 in the center, and we have that here. So we
Right.
just should combine that.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's a completely like valid way of doing things. And
That's
it's
what I would
great.
do.
And I think for a while I thought, oh yeah, this is
That's
like
the way.
the way to do it.
But
However, I will be hitting you with the plot twist soon. There is a cool way to do this. So this is you don't have to worry about. It looks like this is bad, but this is actually fine because some minor chords are just shaped like this. So
I see.
this is just a sub minor chord that you can build off of here.
Okay.
So stuff in the 7 limit tends to be skewed that way. This is not the problem. There actually isn't a problem with this. This is great on its own, and you get like 2 harmonic 7th chords here in this
Oh,
scale.
nice.
One there, and
One next door. 5th below or whatever.
there.
Yeah.
Amazing. Pretty great. But let's take a look at like some of the, I guess, issues with just this scale on its own, which is the fact that you have some wolf intervals. So you have your like a nice consonant triads, but then if you try to build like a chord starting on your second degree or your 9/8, this is a wolf fifth.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of an issue. You also don't have like a proper minor third either, because that's also like a wolf thing there.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice if there was some way to like avoid that. Here, your wolf interval. This is supposed to be a diminished chord because it's a minor scale. But here on your 7th degree, that perfect fifth is a wolf fifth because you don't have a fifth there. So if only there was some way to fix both of these problems at once.
Oh.
So I have no clue if I'm like explaining this in a good way because
So if you
I am tired and it's 2:48
So if you start
a.m.
the subminor scale, like between, do you shift the root of the subminor scale, like where the, like I guess the interval would be like a major 6 from the root or whatever? Do you treat it like a parallel minor instead of, or is that how it normally is?
I mean, normally it is this is like a parallel minor offset, or
Okay.
like a parallel minor, basically just having the major intervals and then your subminor intervals. But what the solution is, or I guess the crazy way of doing this is I feel like I'm taking way too long to explain this.
No, you're good. Takes time to digest it.
You also might notice I tend to talk at the speed of light. If you need me to like slow down or repeat anything, just tell me. So what we're doing here is we're essentially taking this scale and then we're adding this to it, but we move it up by a perfect fifth.
Oh.
Now, what this immediately does is that you get harmonics, 3 harmonic 7th chords now, because you can all build them there, like there, and there. That's all lovely and wonderful. But the cool part is how these scales kind of support each other in a way. So if we start thinking in the... Let me just make it so I have room to do stuff. If we start just thinking in the 5 limit realm in here, with the same scale from before, now our 2 chord, which normally we had no option for, we have an extra. Oh, I should note there is a comma step between here and here, and one between here and here. So we're basically having 2 versions of each note depending on what context it needs. So we now have. Why is this not in order? Oh, I forgot to sort of sending. Whoops. And we have a sub-minor third now built off of here. So now we have a simple minor third and a perfect fifth on here. So we can basically, if we wanted, just use our 5 limit like major scale and then throw in this sub-minor chord on our 2 because that's we can build one there, and our 2 should be like minor in the scale, so it kind of works out perfectly. So this supports that, and a similar thing happens with our like 7 limit scale. If you think here, let me reroute this so you could be thinking in context of that. our 7 chord, which I guess would normally be built off here. We can actually build it off of this this minor 7th instead, and it should be a major chord, and we get that major chord there. So they almost connect in a way and support each other. So whenever you're doing like diatonic ideas, whether it be 7-limit diatonic ideas or 5-limit diatonic ideas, they kind of support each other and fill in the gaps respectively of each other. And we can see that exact same shape here, that exact same little block there. So we get the kind of 17s which connect to. We have the like amazing like kind of structure just with the like 5s and the 7s. There we have the 17s, which I like, as we can see, have context both with like 5s and with 7s. Oh, also I should note another important thing is diminished 7th chords are another use for these.
Okay.
This 17, because you can get like a 10 to 12 to 14 to 17.
Nice.
And we get plenty of those here. So our 17s play very nicely with our 5s and our 7s. A lot of those are very interconnected. And our 25s not only allow us to build, I guess most obviously, like a major chord on top of our 5s, like, and we could also do one over there. That's kind of the most obvious interpretation of that. What we saw earlier with our dominant chords, with that 14 to 18 to 21 to 25. So basically, every single thing in here is like multi-purpose. There are no wasted notes. In fact, every like note almost has like at least 2 things that it contributes to the scale, like or like at least 2 different contexts in which it can be used, like chord-wise or stuff like that. This is a 15-note scale, and it almost seems too good to be true. What I had to do in order to make a constant structure was there is a negative step in here, and that's just because our 21/16 is mapped above where our 4/3 is. Even though this is like actually flatter in actuality, but the way I think about it with stuff like this is we're basically choosing between the version of this with the negative step or the version of this where we soar ascending. With this, we have to be thinking, okay, depending on where I am, like if I'm building stuff off of here, I have to think, oh, everything is going to be a different number of steps than it usually is. I need to remember what those are. But if we have the negative step, all we need to do is, okay, whenever we're doing like some melodic thing where we're expecting this to go up, we just got to make sure that we know that it goes down. And we got to remember that our 4/3 is here and this is here. Like, it's a lot simpler to just know that, oh, this actually is going down instead of up.
Right.
Rather than trying to...
It's a lot less to keep track of.
Because the whole point of constant structure is to save you a headache of having to, like, completely memorize the scale and where everything is placed. Obviously, like, to really get into, like, composing with a scale, you do have to, like, learn it and memorize it somewhat, but it kind of takes part of the headache out. So I've been, like, analyzing how some of the, like, diminished, those diminished 7th chords resolve, because you can kind of do the same trick where you could treat any note in it as a leading tone. Like, a diminished chord doesn't have to be, like, like equal to be able to do that trick, because our ears will still like hear it as any one of those potential resolutions.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
This resolution is less strong.
Yeah. That was interesting. Yeah.
That one's more normal.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, that chord is cool. That first chord, it's so buzzy. Yeah, that one's great.
Yeah, that low down, diminished seventh chord. Here we see that
Yeah, that one's good.
that supra minor chord.
Oh, okay, with the 17. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I think this is one of those. Yeah, this kind of sounds like a out of tune major chord, but it's still buzzy. That's that kind of compressed major chord I was talking about earlier.
It was like 17.
17 to 21 to 25.
That's
yeah.
right, they're all 4 apart. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So
cool.
this was just me analyzing that stuff. That progression is terrible.
Nice.
Yeah, but this is still very like surface level, like very specific thing. I think this was. I think I've tried to do stuff. I'm running into the problem where, like I said, like the scale allows for a lot of possibilities, and I'm kind of getting overwhelmed whenever I try to do stuff. I think this was one thing. I didn't get far because I didn't really like it. But I've been trying to get something going with it. It's just intimidating. Good scales are intimidating.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to use the full scale to its full potential, you know?
Yeah, I think that's what I have to tell myself, because I know it is a good scale, and I don't have to all use it in one song, because I know I'll be using this multiple times.
Exactly, yeah.
But when I'm like sitting there, I'm like, how do I show off that it can do this, and then this, and then this, and then I'm like, no, this doesn't work, this doesn't work.
Right.
So I guess, was there anything else? This has been very scatterbrained. I know I was just supposed to explain the.
I have
the
a question on that scale with the
15
7.
note?
Yeah, does that map to 22 Ito?
Could I expand the scale to 22?
No, I mean, could you temper this to 22 since it's all
I think you would get
sevens?
some repeated notes, because of the 64 over 63 is like a comma that's tempered by 22. Like, it would be a very weird looking scale if I did temper. You could technically, but it would be. I should just do. Whoops, I was trying to put a comma list in. I just need to do 22 convert to Ito steps. So yeah, you get like a repeated note. Oh wait, whoops.
Yeah, you could just take the repeated notes out though, right?
Yeah, I think you would lose some of the point of the scale.
Oh, okay.
Because I think also in 22, those infra minor chords and those like minor chords are going to be mapped to the same exact chord.
That makes
like you
sense.
lose a lot of the
Yeah.
nuance, especially when you
Right.
convert it to like an Ito like 22, where I guess part of 22's elegance is the fact that it kind of maps some stuff together, but like keeps like stuff that's like significantly different separate. But with this scale, you have like multiple variations of like simple chords. Like you have plenty of harmonic seventh chords. You have plenty of that other dominant seventh chord. You have like a ton of different flavors of all sorts of chords, and they're all like slightly different. Whereas this, a lot of those are going to get tempered together, and you will inevitably lose some nuance there.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. I didn't know if it didn't have the 17 limit, would that map more cleanly to the 22? I'm kind of just trying
Yeah,
to make
it's not
sense of
necessarily a matter of mapping to. Well, I guess it is kind of a matter of mapping, but I feel like with it doesn't always work as like a one-to-one conversion of getting like a good JI scale will lead to like a good. If you temper it, it will automatically lead to a good scale in an Edo because
Sure.
what Edos do is they kind of convert multiple different possible intervals into one. Like
Right.
you get some wolf fifths that like some JI wolf fifths will just be converted to perfect fifths in certain Edos. And if
Yeah.
you like have a kind of JI scale kind of what you create based off of JI, then you won't be then you will lose some of the nuance of the slight differences and the like multiple variations of chords and the kind of very strong concordance. And B, you won't be using the Edo to its fullest potential because the scale was not created taking into account that you can get some like you could get new things if you like stacked intervals like or like if you like have something that's usually like a wolf fifth having that be now a perfect within that Edo. Like you aren't using the Edo to its fullest potential, and you're kind of I mean, you can still do it by all means. I'm not trying to like discourage you from like ever doing that, but I think like scales and Edos kind of work best when they're designed specifically for that purpose.
Sure. Well, when you were talking about the you were trying to combine the sub minor and the nice tone. I was just thinking about how like in 22 you have both of those scales kind of together. If you like
I think what you could do in 22 for that you could get close with like Pajara.
Oh, okay.
Maybe with Pajara 12 you would get the full thing.
I see.
But Pajara 10 you would get close. I think you would get like a subminor pentatonic, and then you would also get a like kind of 5 limit diatonic that's like missing one of the notes, or two of those that are each missing one note.
Okay. I kind of see what you're saying, yeah. Yeah, I've been looking at in 22 Edo specifically, just like ways to like hybridize nice tone and super pyth. So it just reminded me. Yeah.
Actually, let me think of that as like a fun exercise, because I wonder if
So like
that's an interesting thing to think about. I might try to see what I could do there.
A scale in 22 that I came up with that I like, that was like kind of my best like resolution to that problem, if it's really a problem. It's not really a problem, but is it's really close to nice tone. It's like C major, but down E and down B. So you keep the super major sixth. And so if you do like a 2-5-1 in that, it sounds really cool. Like you get a sub minor to your regular harmonic seventh 5, and then your just regular major seventh. And like all the circle of fifths progressions in that, they sound really sweet, and it moves the wolf from the 2 to the 6, to the minor 6, which since the minor 6 is a little like further off from the 1, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of doesn't feel as bad. Like it's a little more interesting in that spot.
Yeah, I think that actually has me thinking. Black die could potentially solve some of your problems there. Because what black die does is it essentially. Let me just quickly whip up the JI version, but it works the exact same in
Isn't
22.
I think I was messing with black die too. Isn't that two like pentatonics? Like but
Yeah. You could view it as like two pentatonics offset by like
yeah.
I guess a down major second in 22.
Yeah. Yeah, I was messing with that one too. And it includes nice tone, but it doesn't include super pyth, I don't think.
You get like super pyth pentatonics in there. Like I think you have. Let me think about it. I think you have like a subminor 2 if you were gonna do like a 2-5-1.
Oh, okay.
Let me make sure I'm not completely lying to your face, real quick.
It was like I was looking at Pajara, Black Die, and then and it was just like the different scales offer different triads basically, and that combination of nice tone and super pyth, I'm calling it super nice. It has like one of every chord type basically.
I should temper this into.
I mean, it's got a couple major triads, but it's got a major, a super major, sub minor, and a minor. Actually, I don't know that it has a minor. It doesn't have. I don't think it has a classic minor. Maybe it does. I don't think it does.
Yeah. So you do get like a sub minor 2-5-1 type deal with black die.
Okay.
As well.
Cool. Oh, interesting. All right. This has a sub minor 7th on the 2.
Yes, it does that as well.
All right, that's cool.
Like right there.
Nice.
Nice 2-5-1 for you. Is there anything else I should talk about?
Nah, that's probably good.
Yeah. I'll just leave you off with this hilarious lattice.
All right.
He's a very tall lad. He's just very tall.
Wow, that's one tall lattice. What do you call
All right.
that? Big tube?
Huh?
What do you call that? Big tube? Tall stool?
I don't have a name for it. To be honest, the two amazing scales, the 13-1, this 13-note one and this 15-note one, I still haven't named yet, even though I feel like they might be like two of my best scales.
Oh, really?
I'm just, whenever I've rushed into naming stuff, I've ended up with like.
Well, that's the half section.
Sometimes some bad names for stuff where I like regret them. But so I'm waiting until something comes out at me.
You have the half sectional, and then you have the opening drawer.
Okay. Wait. Wait, should I recap this, or do you remember what I said about
That's the P.
it? Oh yeah. Did you say peep?
No, it's the
Like the
P.
Easter candy?
No, like the letter P in 3D.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said peep because recently I had some Dr. Pepper peeps around Easter time. I guess it wasn't that recently.
How are those?
They were like surprisingly good. I am a sucker for Dr. Pepper though.
Do you like
I am-
Peeps though?
yeah, I love Dr. Pepper, so I'm a little biased there.
But what about Peeps? Do you like normal Peeps?
Yeah, they're all right.
That's a reasonable response. Maybe I would try.
Yeah,
it.
I'm not head over heels for them, but
Right. Yeah, because if you said you were like Peeps, I would just say,
yeah,
oh,
with the
okay.
Dr. Pepper flavoring, they were actually all right.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. All right.
Okay. Sorry, I've kept you here for an hour.
No,
This
it's
is
cool.
what happens when you
This was,
don't tell me to shut up.
This was informative. I appreciate the rambling about JI stuff. I've been doing so much with Itos, and I've been thinking about JI a little bit. Like, I should do a little more with JI. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I could be your JI scale dealer if you want. Or what would be a fun exercise for me is for you. What I would recommend is like maybe messing around in like harmonic series segments to like find chords that you like or stuff
yeah.
that you like, and then you could like come to me with like some property of a scale that you want, and then I could try to make you something for that.
Okay.
Because yeah, I will be happy to be a scalesmith.
Well, I will. I'll definitely hit you up when I like dive into that, and I have questions, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of insight on that.
All right,
But yeah.
it's been nice talking to you.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good rest of your night, and yeah.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for calling. All right, later. All right, that was fun. Been a while since Abnormality called in. Always interesting learning experience. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, dude. And maybe now I'll actually mess with that scale a little bit. I'm thinking, because I've been in this drone kind of mode lately. Maybe I'll try to do another drone kind of thing. But I need to figure out like what I need to figure out a layout for this that's gonna make some kind of sense. So maybe I can use the chair. Use the lattice. Excuse me, to figure out a layout. So I think what I need to do is load this up in Surge, and then maybe from that I can figure out a tune in. Although, since I changed that, concordance, I just realized that it's the opposite of discordance. Well, my dog really wants to go outside. I think I'll take a little break. I'm gonna keep streaming, but put on some music. What's that? Maddie. Listen to Maddie Ashman.
Hide, hide, until my power goes out. Jennifer, your lights in my heart. I saw the flames. High, words. What would mama say? What? Two lives in my head. Someone that can smile with these lives in my head. Live in my cold and dark, how high do you want her, Mama? But she never, ever, ever, The other world is this, another world is this. What if you won't be missed? What if they find you here? A wooded world is this. What if you won't be missed? What if they find you here? What if they lose you here? The other world is this, another world is this. A wooded world is this. What if you won't be missed? What if they find you here? What if they lose you here? What if they lose you here? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh where have you gone? I'm scared. Mama, what if they panic? What if they don't?
Yeah, it sounds really cool. His EP or whatever. Super talented. Just blown up too. Damn, look at that. That's crazy. It's got one of those Tolahan guitars. It's just, I think it's all JI stuff. Anyway, yeah, Maddie Ashman. Check her out. So yeah, let's I think I'm not gonna worry so much about a layout because think I'm gonna try to go to bed in 40 minutes or an hour or so. So I'll worry about that later, maybe. I think I'm just gonna try to come up with like some chords in a MIDI roll and piano roll, and let's do it that way. And then try to come up with some cool droney kind of textures. It's sort of my interest lately. So that's way too much. Is a little more like chord progression-y than loop that. I think I will base it on a saw wave just so I get all the harmonics in there. But then what should we do to make this droney? Get some more interesting texture. Turn this one down. Okay, let's see. So take that off. Maybe put this on here. think it's too fast, so we'll slow it way down. Okay, slower. I think the chords changing is annoying. Like, I just want one chord. Like maybe FSAF. Hey Jacob, what's up, dude? Yeah, finally bought a Lumitone. It's paid for. It's coming one day. You can't hear? Can you hear that? Can you hear me now? It says it's... Hello? Hello? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Okay. Can you hear it? Okay. Oops. Tamarine. trying to find more of a. Where's my. Where's my lo-fi stuff? I had this lo-fi thing. That's here. It has all these. Oh, whatever. Okay, I'll mess with this more tomorrow. Feel sick. Alright, thanks everybody who checked out the stream tonight. Thanks again to Abnormality for chatting about GI scales and all that. And yeah, I should be back tomorrow. If you didn't hear the news, I have ordered a Lumitone, so that is on the way eventually. And it's almost been a year of streaming. I think this weekend it'll be 1 year. So I might do like a longer stream Saturday or Sunday, kind of to celebrate the end of my Lumitone grind and the year of streaming. But other than just streaming a little earlier, I don't really have a plan for that. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow around the same time. Still gotta hustle for the rest of the week because I'm kind of broke now. But alright, anyway. When I come back, probably I don't know why I'm on this like weird drone kick lately. So probably keep doing that. Okay. See y'all next time.